Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel The Trading Game, the channel where you get all the stock market related information, news and financial education. In this video, we'll be talking about the analysis of Yes Bank. So we'll be looking into how exactly the stock is behaving in the recent days and what we can expect from the stock in the coming days. So we'll be doing a detailed analysis of this stock. Okay, so before that, let's look into the today's market update as usual. We'll be looking into Nifty, Bank Nifty, and also the top gainers and losers of the day. And for the new users here, my humble request is please do subscribe the channel and hit that like button so that it gives me some motivation for doing further good videos. Okay, with that, let's look into today's Nifty, how exactly the index behaved today. As you can see here, yesterday closure was around 10,802 and it opened gap down of around 50 plus points, so wherein it opened at 10,750. From there, it hardly made any high. It just made a kind of 5 points move from that open. From there, it was continuously on the lower side, so which makes like 10562 as a low, and ultimately it closed at 10607, which is around 195 points down. That means 1.81 percentage. And one thing what we can observe from this particular data is till now only Bank Nifty was kind of starting the fall of the market. Now Nifty has joined the party. So because last few days, if you see like Nifty was holding on the plus side, or even if it was minus, it was very like kind of a very small negative. But looking at today's data, it was a huge down for the Nifty, wherein it closed 1.88 percentage on the lower side. So coming to Bank Nifty, so you can see the big damage was done by this banks today, wherein this Bank Nifty closed around 700 points on the negative side at 3.16 percentage. So you can see again the same scenario here. It opened 200 plus points, which is 1 percentage, more than 1 percentage. From there, it made a low of 21,222, which is almost like a 700 points from the top. And ultimately, it closed at around 700 points at 3.16. So looking into this, market is not looking that great, especially for the buyers. And it might continue for a while going on the negative side. Okay, so with that, let's look into some gainers, top gainers and losers of the day. Top gainers were Biocon gained around 5.5 percentage, and Tata Chemical gained 2.45%. Similarly, Bata India gained 2.4%, and Hexavar and Dr. Reddy were the top two gainers, wherein they gained just more than 2 percentage. Coming to the loser section, RBL Bank was the heavy loser, wherein it lost a 7 plus percentage, and Ibel Housing lost us more than 6 percentage, and Indigo around 6 percentage again. And at last, IndusInd Bank and Axis Bank, these two heavyweight bankers lost of more than 5 percentage, which is the biggest reason for the fall in the Bank Nifty today. Okay, so with that, let's look into this Yes Bank, the main section of today's session. So we'll be looking into what exactly the stock is behaving and what we can expect from the stock. So here we are into the Yes Bank daily chart. As you can see here, it's a daily chart, and we are having a chart since April. And in the earlier video, which I made sometime like 2 3 weeks back, I mentioned that this particular stock is following 35 EMA, and for the new users in this channel, just wanted to mention you that there is no particular indicator which works good on everything, but there will be one or the other indicator which will be working good on a particular stock, and it is on us to just find out that and to apply that in a regular trading, whatever the trading we do, and it is our responsibility. And similarly, Yes Bank will follow this EMA 35 on generally. And in the earlier video, I clearly mentioned going back how exactly 35 got respected by this Yes Bank. And if I'm right, I think we did a video on this particular date, which is 26th June, wherein I clearly mentioned on that day where the stock price was around 27 rupees. I told that there is no buying possibility here, and the stock may collapse because it kind of respected here, kind of double. It tried to cross this, but it was a failure. There, wherein I mentioned that it might collapse to the levels of 22, and that 22 levels got achieved yesterday. In fact, it is trading well below that, but whatever the targets we had given, it got achieved here. So basically, what I try to saying what I'm trying to say here is that whenever a stock is respecting a particular EMA, so as 35 in this case, you can see here it tried multiple times crossing that, but it was a failure. But even though it crossed here, so you can see that whatever the crossing has been done, so this high has not been broken. So it was kind of trap for the newbies, or for the retail traders. From there continuously you can see it fell on the negative side, and that is the reason why after seeing this I thought definitely it is a trap, and I mentioned somewhere here that here the stock is going to fall. And from there again you can see a couple of times it tried to cross this, but it was a failure. So you can see on the 1st of July it touched that in fact, but it was not able to sustain that. Similarly, like a day before, I mean, I think it was on a Friday, it even though it touched that, it opened higher, but from that point itself it dropped. And you can see that from almost 27, now it is closing it closed at around 21 rupees, which is in fact 20.9. So now with that, the question is what next? So as per me, this fall has to continue, because I am seeing no signs of reversal here, because you can see continuously the stock is falling. And if we consider today's closing as 21, there is no support as such uh, for the stock now. So you can see here the next support is around exactly the same point, which is like around this 21. But however, it was not able to sustain this particular levels today. So what that means is now immediately the next level where the stock can stop is this particular levels, which is at a very far away, which is around this 16 17 levels. So for me, the next target for the stock is around the 16 17, even though it looks big when we look into the numbers, because from 21 rupees reaching to 16 rupees, which is almost like a kind of say 20%, it might be a big move. But for me, definitely that is the number which I will be seeing for the stock in the coming days. So for the ones who have missed watching the previous video on this particular Yes Bank, so I have in the you can find the video in the I button above. Okay, so with that, like I just want to reiterate whatever the learnings or whatever we discussed here. It is my personal opinion and how I exactly look into market. So if you want to trade on this, please do your own study, and depending on what you see, you can decide on that. So my target here is just to motivate you guys to look into the market differently, so that you can apply the same things in whatever you do, and you increase your risk reward ratio, so that you will be successful in market. So with that, let me conclude the video. Again, I request for the new people here, please do subscribe the channel and hit that like button, and also share it with your friends and family. Thank you so much for your time. See you.